Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. So we're on for round 2 this time. So this time in the chair, literally, is Mr. Alex Toon.
Hi fellas.
And this is Alex Toon's lovely van that we've just fitted the engine
into.
into.
Put the engine in, guys. Sexy, isn't it?
So some of the questions are going to be very similar or the same. Some are going to be tailored to the guests that I've got with me. So, first question.
He's pissing around taking pictures over there. Right, trying to be serious now.
Mark Simpson's in the background messing around. So, first question, Tim. Which of your collection of minis, because you've got 3, is your favourite and why?
Oh, tricky one that. So, I like all 3 of them for different ways, but to make a decision based on which one I wouldn't sell, or I'd be last to sell, would definitely be the van. Definitely be the van. So.
For what reason? Just. Well, you put a lot of time and money into it.
A lot of time and effort into it, and
yeah.
the sentimental value behind the meaning of it as well, with the sign writing once that goes back on. So yeah, the van's the best one.
Fair enough. What was your first car?
Vauxhall Corsa, mate. Corsa C. I straight piped it, K&N air filter, 1.2 twin port it was. Because I've got a picture of it, I'll send it you actually.
Yeah, we'll put that in the middle of us again.
Yeah, Vauxhall Corsa, honestly it was all blacked out, it was mega.
So obviously, we can't get away from the fact you are in a wheelchair.
No.
Considering the disability, what's the most difficult task you've had to do on the Mini?
I'm just trying to think now. Probably the most difficult one was doing the underside of my blue one when I cleaned all the arches up and spray painted all them. Mainly just because I was jumping in and out the floor every 2 minutes. Every job's a little bit more difficult than what it would be normally, but I just allow myself more time to do stuff.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, putting the interior in was interesting, trying to wrestle them seats in and not scratch everywhere. But yeah, that's
fair enough. No, that's fine. Now we know your first car. Now I know this, but the people won't. Now we know your first car. What car did you pass your testing?
Don't unsubscribe before I tell you. So yeah, I passed in a Binny. At the time I didn't. I always wanted a Classic Mini as my first car, but I remember my dad saying, "Don't buy one of them." He went to shit, and I could totally understand why he said that.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, so I probably should have still listened to him now rather than going back and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to buy one." But yeah, it was a Binny. I've got a picture of that as well.
Yeah,
so that's as well when I was at a Spacker. So there's actually a picture of me stood up, believe it or not. So
he was quite tall.
Yeah, 6 foot. Yeah,
6 foot. Right now, listen to the whole question before you answer.
Yeah.
There's 2 cars sat outside: a nice modern Golf R or a Mark II Cooper, Mini Cooper. Which one are you driving to Scotland in? So you're going for comfort, or are you going for raw coolness?
Depends where I'm going in Scotland, because if there's some country roads.
We'll say you're doing that Scotland, is it 500?
North Coast 500?
Yeah.
Oh,
are you doing it in a nice comfy Golf
I'd
R?
probably take the Golf.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd probably take the Golf.
Good lad.
Even though I've sold it, I don't miss it, but that car was seriously quick. It's probably one of the best cars I've had, but obviously becoming a father now and having to have a bit of responsibility, a 3-door Golf R wasn't the most practical car in the world, so I got Minis instead.
That leads us on to that one. If it wasn't Minis, what would it be?
Mountain bikes. Yeah, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before my accident, obviously I was doing mountain biking. I'd road legal quad bikes. So it'd probably be one of the 2.
So like what about an adapted buggy? That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
I looked at them, but when you look at them 6 month old and you see the price of them new, and then 6 month old, that very quickly put me off, because Yamaha do one, I can't remember the name of it now, I think it's 1000cc, it's got launch control and everything. I was looking at them like brand new and then second hand, I was just like, not a good investment. So yeah, so I like the Minis because I genuinely do like the Minis as well, and I know that the fact that whatever I spend on them, 99% of the time I'll probably get it back, so yeah. Minis for me at the minute.
So you bought a Mini.
Yeah.
Needs no rush repair. Yeah, right. Obviously, after hand controls, what would be the first modification? It's pretty standard. It's no rush repair, but you've already fitted your hand controls.
Just a standard car.
Just a standard car. that you might start modifying further, but what?
10-inch wheels, 10-inch wheels and a brake disc conversion straight away. That was the first thing I did to the blue one.
Yeah.
Again, I've got a picture of that blue one when I first bought that. So that went in for wheels, Fletcher exhaust, and then that was the first modification. And I started doing the rest of it.
Money no object. What car would it be? It can be mini, it can be anything. What would it be? What would you have sat outside?
Well, up until yesterday it was a Mark 1 Cooper S. But I spoke to Richard Williams about a couple that Cambridge Mini Works have got, and having spoken with him, I probably wouldn't go that route now. So it's probably like a Mark 3 Cooper S.
So you officially are mini mad then, aren't you? I've just said money no objects.
I'd
probably still buy a mini.
Probably do mini. If anyone's got a Mark 3 Cooper S and you want to sell it, I'll buy it.
Right. What made you buy a mini in the first place?
Well, I always wanted one as a first car, and obviously coming out of rehab and stuff, I was used to doing my mountain biking and quad bikes, and bought this house, and then I had an itch that needed scratching. Needed something to do because I had literally nothing to do. I was just working and doing nothing. So I got on eBay and I said, I wonder if they do a mini and automatic. And then boom,
and they do.
The Mayfair pops up. So I looked at it and I was just like, yeah, I'm not paying that for a mini, and then just kind of like forgot about it. And then it's probably about 4 months later, I went and viewed the car with my granddad, and I was looking around it, and I literally, honestly, I'd never been to see a mini before I bought this. And I was looking around at my granddad and I was kind of thinking, yeah, it's alright, this, isn't it? And then I bought that, so it was just too good to say.
The issue with that is that has set your expectations for minis so high, because when I first met you and you said, oh, I've got 2000 mile mini Mayfair and it's got no rust on it, and I was like, yeah, right, of course it hasn't. And the first thing I did when I went down to see the car is I put my fingers in the flutes of the sills, and just dust, air was coming out. So he was right. He didn't have any rust on it whatsoever.
Yeah, I know that car was quite a considerable amount of money. But when you actually think about the way I went around it, is buying something like that, I knew what you could get. Whereas if I'd have gone in and bought something, say for, I don't know, 6,000 quid, you could have spent £3 grand on welding.
Oh, easy, yeah.
So when you actually think of the price that I paid for it, it's not actually that expensive.
And again, it's find another one.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think you'd find another one like that.
And last question, which is probably going to be sort of like a flavour for all of these, is what can we expect in 2020 on the old YouTube?
On the old YouTubings. Now I'm a YouTuber. Basically, I'm going to be building this thing back up. So obviously I've had Alex and Mark over the corner helping me tonight. Steve's coming, Turbo Cooper. He's got a YouTube channel, but he doesn't really upload to it, but he's on Instagram. Will's coming to give us a lift, Paul Jeffries. So yeah, this will be getting built back up. And then once that's done,
shows and stuff?
Yeah, shows like Himley, Stamford Hall,
yeah.
London to Brighton.
I think it'd be nice to, once this is built, maybe show like, and you're talking about maybe getting ceramic coated. Yeah. I think that'd be nice to see, if you could set a camera up there, and also then just maintaining it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it needs a good clean and a good polish and stuff. You know, it's fresh paint, it still needs a little bit of work.
So, yeah.
And you never know, if the right Mini turns up in 2020, there may be a new Mini. This is the longest distance I've gone now without buying a Mini. The first one I bought, and then exactly 11 months later I bought the blue one, and then 11 months later after the blue one I bought this, and I've gone like...
And then it looked 11 months later and Hayley was stood with a frying pan ready to whack him with it. So.
It's been 13 months now, so I'm rattling a little bit. I'm always looking, but obviously it's just waiting for the right one. You've got to be smart with them.
I think that's it. So thank you, Mr. Toon,
no problem,
and thank you for letting us use your garage and a backdrop of your beautiful Mini.
Remember to like, share and subscribe and all that carry on.